Right, we're going to be talking about continuous compounding. This is when we're dealing with the natural base, the E value. First thing we're going to take a look at is the formula we'll be using. And that is our, sometimes you've heard me refer to it as the PERT formula. Principal times the uh, natural base to the rate times time power. So we're going to first construct our formula here after reading our thing, and I'm going to play a video on how we can put this into Desmos, and I may show you how we can put this in a TI-83 as well. So it says Carlos invests $61.53 in a savings account with a fixed annual income rate, interest rate of 5% compounded continuously. That's how we know we will be using that PERT formula. This account, how much will this account balance be worth after 6 years? So we have a principal amount of 61.53 times the natural base of E times our rate, excuse me, not times, to a rate times time power. So make sure on this that you pay attention to what our rate and how we write our rate. So our rate is going to be 5%. Remember, that is not the number 5, it's 0.05. But the thing that's a little bit different about this than what we've done in the past is we've usually said, well, we're getting 105%, but not in this case. In this case, this formula is constructed to just deal with the rate 0.05. All right, so I'm going to show you how we can put this in our calculator and use this. So we're going to be typing in this equation and we're going to see what our value is. On this one, we're just simply plugging in. So it would be 61.53. On the Desmos calculator, what we'll hit is the alpha, and you can use the E from the keyboard, and that is the natural base. We'll show you a mistake that people commonly make, and I'll also show you this. If you use your 5% and we just put in a 5, you're going to notice that your answer is nowhere near correct. So use your common sense as you go through these things. So if I just did the 5 instead of 5%, you can see that this answer is ridiculous. 16 decimal places. I don't even know what number that puts us at. Even if I did a 0.5, it's still not a very reasonable number, where $6,000 6 years later is now worth $123,000. And then here's our answer, which is right there. And that's a pretty reasonable answer, 6,153 e to the 0.05, resulting in $8,305. Show you one more common mistake that you need to be aware of. Make sure when you do this that you do not put in the 0.05, and then if you go times 6, it's going to actually send it down. You've got to use your parentheses. If you don't use your parentheses, your answer is going to be way off. And you see this is 38,000, which is not really close to our answer. So we've got to put it inside of our parentheses up at the top, and then we have our correct answer. So that's how we use our calculator to help us find this value. So taking a look at this one, says Asanji invests $11.22 in a retirement account, fixed annual rate of 2.5%, compounded continuously. So we'll be using that same formula. What will the account be worth after 15 years? Again, we start with our principal amount, 11.22. Since it's continuous, we will be using the E. The rate is 0.025. Remember, move the decimal place over twice. It's not just moving it to a significant digit, it's moving it over twice. And this will be done for 15 years. This one we can also put into our calculator. Natural base, E.
And our power, can start this with a parentheses, make sure it's not 2.5%. Like I said, if we do this, you're going to see that the number is very much too large. So, use your common knowledge on these things and make sure you have that. Even the 0.25 is a little too much. $47,000 on an $1,100 investment's pretty extreme. So after 15 years, you see the 0.025 times 15, that's going to be $1,632.50. And that's a reasonable answer.
So there we have that. Now let's talk about when we are given the final investment, the starting investment, and we're trying to see how much time was taking place inside of these investments. So we're going to use the same formula. It says Jenny invests into a retirement account, fixed annual interest rate of 3%, compounded continuously. So we know right there we're going to be using our PERT formula, our principal, Euler's number, and so forth. So we know our principal amount is 4726 times Euler's number to the rate. Well, the rate is 0.03 on 3%, and the time is unknown. So we're going to put an X. I'm going to use an X instead of a T because that's what I'm going to be using in the video here. And then this is going to equal 71, 92, 79. Show you how we put this into our calculator.
Cycle through and see how this thing grows. So in this one, what we're looking for is the time period that it was in. With the $4,726 investment, compounded continuously, again, that's the natural base. We don't know how much time this is going to be, so what we'll do is we'll put in our rate, and our rate is 3%, 0.03. And since we don't know how much time, we will put in the variable x. So now we want to see when this investment hits $7,192. So I'm going to just go through the table, and then here's my time period, and then just cycle through and see how this thing grows. 5 years, 6 years, we're still not there. 7, 8, 9, and again, we're trying to get to the 72 number, or 7192, and there it is. So we would type in our question, and since we don't know the time, we leave the decimal place open for time.
So you'll notice also I kept my table over here to the right, and then you can see and locate your answer. All right, one more. This is another example where we're missing the period of time. So we have a starting investment of 7508, and it says it's fixed annual interest rate of 9% compounded continuously. So since it's continuously, we'll stick with the E. This is 0.09. And then we don't know how long this is going to be, so it will be X. And we're going to try to find where this thing is equal to 12,883 and 78 cents. So I'm going to show you this again, put into a calculator and solved.
8. So here we're looking for an investment of 7508, and we're trying to figure out when that investment, if it's compounded continuously, which is why we're using the E, if it was compounded continuously, for what period of time would it take to reach that 12,883? So we make sure we use our parentheses, or this is going to throw us off. So it is 9%, 0.09, times amount that we don't know yet. That's why we put in our X. So we go here, this would be our investment, and we want to see when this investment at 9%, and again, 9% is higher than the 2 we just did, so it's going to happen faster. When does it reach 12,883.76 or 78? And we see that that would happen at year 6.
And then you can see I've got that highlighted on the table to the right. And these numbers are very precise, but even if it said, when does the investment cross 10,000, you just look at your table and locate when that happens between year 3 and year 4 in this scenario.